What's up? Good morning. Today is a super special day. It has officially been a year being married with Angie, which is kind of crazy to me because it feels like just 2-3 months ago we got married. She's kind of still just waking up. I should probably got a couple of things for her. I'm gonna get everything set up here in a second. But what I want to do today is take you guys along as I celebrate our love and celebrate our marriage, and also give you entrepreneurs or business owners a couple key pointers and tips that have allowed me to have an extremely successful marriage at a young age, all while still building a multiple 6-figure and 7-figure business. I'm gonna set this stuff up for her, surprise, and then I will take you guys along throughout our day, and I'm gonna leave you guys some tips and pointers. If you're out there an entrepreneur as well and you're trying to figure it out and it's having a hard time, because believe me, it's hard to be an entrepreneur and be a married person, I'll give you guys a couple tips that have allowed me to be successful at that so far. So let's get this stuff set up and let's make our happy anniversary! What's that? Tell everyone why we can't have real flowers.
We have a kitty cat, and my favorite flower are tulips, but they're toxic to cats, so we just can't have tulips in the house.
Speaking of kitty cat.
Show you this. This is perfect.
What do you think?
I love this. It's gonna be cool.
I think I love it.
Dude, these are perfect. So he got me these heels that last year, was it? No, maybe it was like 2 years ago. I really wanted these heels, and I think when I was looking on Mango's website, like I just couldn't find them. So I bought a different pair from a different company or from like a different brand, and I bought the wrong size and I couldn't return them because they weren't on sale. So, and they were too like high, so I can't walk in them, and so it's a bummer because like I really wanted some like kitten heels that were like this color, like burgundy, and I just didn't know how you found this. Well, I know how you got these, like you were looking at my Pinterest board. And then this perfect color purse also to go with them. I wanted a red purse for the longest, and I'm not the kind of person to get me like things like this, so I just never get them. But you got it.
And they matched your wedding box perfectly too.
Oh, no wonder. I was like, did you give me a different ring?
No, but they all match so perfectly. So I'm currently in the closet where Angie's setting up her stuff for me. I think I nailed it. What did you guys think? Do you guys think that I nailed it also for as far as the presents go? Then we're gonna go to the gym, and then we got a breakfast spot we're gonna go to. We have an event later today, and then we have dinner, which I am so excited for dinner. It looks like the sickest place ever, and the food looks great too. Oh, Look at this boo bag.
What's in here?
on the stairmaster right now. 1 minutes. We got a few left. Do 25-minute session stairmaster, and then some sauna. Sauna done. Let's go. So on the way to BabyChan right now, which is a new like Asian restaurant that we've been wanting to try, or like Asian breakfast place, I guess you could call it. And while I'm on the way, I want to give you guys the #1 tip that I've used and that I've found helps build a healthy relationship and a really strong marriage. Like I said, I'm gonna have a few different tips in this video. First and foremost, guys, my #1 tip that helped me build a healthy relationship in my marriage, and even when I was still dating Angie, is I would keep the promises that I make to her. An example of this would be on our wedding day and our vows. What I said is, I promise to continue to push you to be the best version of yourself and to allow you to continue to push me to be the best version of myself. Not to say to get comfortable, to baby you, to say, oh, I'm so sorry, take a day off when things get hard or things get easy or you're sore. It's to continue to push each other to be the best version of ourselves, even when we don't want to do it. For example, this morning, no one wanted to go to the gym. I didn't want to go to the gym. It's our anniversary. We had every reason not to go to the gym, but we still woke up and we still went. How this is applicable, whether you're married or not, is if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, say your goals to that individual. If you want to wake up at 5 a.m. for the next 30 days, which is something I actually did when I first started on this journey and I first started studying and I first got a mentor, I said, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day and I'm going to go to the gym, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go home and I'm going to study for 3 to 4 hours, and then I'm going to make cold calls after that. Well, I said, okay, Angie, this is my goal. Now, if I don't do it, I'm a liar. And I don't want you to be with a liar, so break up with me. Right? Having that level of accountability with your partner is super, super important. So besides this first point, probably the most important overarching point that's not even a tip, it's just a no-brainer, is you got to find the right partner. You got to find the right spouse, right? A lot of women and a lot of men wouldn't handle that kind of pressure and that kind of level of accountability, and they'd cave the second that things got hard, or the second that you said, well, no, actually, I really don't want to do it today. They say, okay, well, that's fine, honey, don't do it today. So finding someone who can actually push you even when you don't want to do it is actually a hack to be able to move you forward faster. Just keep the promises you make to yourself and make big promises to each other, right? Don't promise each other just a decent life and a comfortable life. Promise the world, right? And then if you're not delivering on that, make sure you have a partner who will call you out on that. I think that'd be my #1 tip. I'm starving. I'm ready for BabyChan. We're almost there, and we'll be there in a minute here. And I'll see you guys at the BabyChan. Finally made it over to BabyChan, which is a new restaurant that we're trying out here in Nashville. Never seen it before or heard of it before until you saw it on Instagram, and then we're like, okay, what the hell, we'll give it a shot. And so they have like these little, what are these called? What do you call these?
I don't know. They're like...
If you watch anime, you know what these are. They're like little seafood or rice and tuna inside of them.
It's like a little sushi roll.
Okay. Cheers.
Yep.
This is super fire. My favorite food is Asian food, so I'm really excited to try this place. My second favorite food after Asian food is coffee, so it's kind of my best combination here. We might have got too much food. Coffee? Thumbs up to the coffee. Okay, well that was really good. What did you think of our first stop today?
It was so good. I didn't even finish my sandwich. It was so big
Right here.
for me. Wait, I need to throw this.
Super good. On to our next stop now. We're here at our second location, which is Cheekwood. Surprise. Did you know?
No.
She knew. She knew the whole time. Because we come here all the time. Like, we love going to Cheekwood. It's a sick place. If you're in Nashville, you should definitely come by. Look at all these cool pumpkins and stuff they have. So we're gonna walk around.
What are these? Are these daisies? No, right? Come on, let's go.
Out of all these flowers, you're the most beautiful thing here.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's you.
W Riz or no?
This is my favorite part of the whole entire thing.
Yeah, why is that?
It just takes you to Japan.
It takes you straight to Japan. Japan will come in.
I love this little like trail. I look, you want to have like something like this in like our house.
Oh no, wait, what?
Like the entrance, just have like a fuck ton of bamboo trees, and then you get this feeling when you like come into the house.
Yeah.
Like you're about to step into like a modern Japanese home.
Yeah.
And it gives you peace. Like your soul just feels at peace, you know?
Yeah. I feel you. My soul feels at peace.
I need that like on our future home.
Okay.
Like going into like the like what is this? Would you say like the driveway or like the
Entryway?
The entryway?
Yeah.
I need that.
Here's my second tip to having a strong, healthy relationship and marriage. You need to be honest with that person, especially as an entrepreneur, as you're building a business and as you're building a team. It's going to take a lot of time, energy, and resources apart from obviously the relationship, right? So you need to be able to be honest with that individual and let them know that, like, hey, this business is going to be my number one priority out of everything else. And that's a really important conversation to have, because you don't want to get into a relationship with someone who doesn't understand that you're building your own business, that your success is completely dependent on how much you work and how much time you spend on the business, right? Like, for example, when I first met Angie on our first date, you know, I told her, like, hey, look, I'm looking for someone to grow a relationship with. I was very honest. I was like, this is not going to be a one-time thing. If that's what you're looking for, then cool, we'll finish dinner and we'll go from there. And then as I started to build a business and become more of an entrepreneur, I had to tell her, like, hey, look, the business comes first in every way. The business has to come first, right? And why is the reason for that? Is because you have to understand that that actually is you being a loving partner. That actually is you putting her first, because 90% of marriages end because of financial trouble. So if you can build a business that will give you guys the life and the finances that you dreamed of, then you can really actually focus on that partner 100% solely. So you need to find someone who you can be honest with and have that conversation with, and then from there you can build the business. And you have to understand that, like, you are going to have to spend all of your time and energy on that business. Like, it's only recently that I'm able to come out and do things like this with Angie, because I had to spend so much time and energy building the business. And if I would have misled her in the beginning of the relationship and said, oh, I'm going to spend 50-50, or I'm going to prioritize you over the business, she would have been upset. I would have lied to her and not been in the situation that we're in now, obviously. So you need to make sure that you can be honest with that individual as an entrepreneur, as someone who's trying to build a business and scale a large thing. Like, if your dream is just to make a couple thousand here and there, then you can definitely do a little bit of both. But if you have a dream of actually building something of substantial worth, and actually have the dream of changing your entire family's future and bloodline, then it's going to take some insane sacrifice on your end and on your partner's end. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely. Where does this take you?
This takes me to the ice castle in Frozen. That's where this takes me. That's what this looks like.
The ice castle in Frozen, that's the first thing you could think of?
That's the first thing I thought of when I walked in there. Let it go, let it go.
I don't know what I thought of, but it was definitely interesting. But when you said Frozen, it immediately made sense.
No, 100% makes sense, right?
It makes 100% sense.
Here's another key factor that you guys need to understand, is that you have to sell your partner the vision, not the grind, okay? No matter what stage of entrepreneurship you're at, whether you just started building your business or whether you're scaling now and you're adding systems and teams, you have to continue to sell your partner the vision, right? Not the grind, because what they're going to see is the day in, day out, the stress. They're going to see you working late. They're going to see you being frustrated. They're going to see the setbacks and things like that. You need to be able to continuously sell that partner the vision and the dream. You need to be able to sell them the idea of this working out and the success and what that will do for not just you guys monetarily, but what that would do for your relationship as well. So if you can't sell them the vision, they'll never be actually bought in and fully 100% supportive of it, right? Because again, they love you, and so all that they're going to see is you struggling and grinding and trying to fight for a way to get out of it, and they're going to be more likely to say, okay, well, take a break, take it easy, maybe this isn't the best route for you. But if you're continuously selling them the vision, the idea, and the dream, that means that they'll actually be able to support you, because they'll be on the same page with you. It's not going to be just you who understands it and is trying to force your way through into this reality. They'll also be on the same page with you, and they'll be able to actually support you in the ways that matter, not just baby you and coddle you when things are tough. I made a video today and posted it on Instagram saying that it's your world and everyone else is just living in it, meaning that you can make the own rules of the life that you want to live and build. And I think one of the easiest ways to get over that idea that the rules are set in stone for you and that you can't break out of that is by actually getting around symbols and getting around spaces that have the abundant, right? Going to gyms where you see Ferraris in the parking lot, going to expensive dinners where you see people wearing $50,000 watches. Somewhere like Cheekwood, for example, where there's a mansion and there used to be a family that lived here and they owned all of this property. So it's impossible for you to say that it doesn't exist. And it's impossible for you to say that it's hard to get, because how could it possibly be when someone owns this much land and has this big of a mansion? And guys, it's never been easier also. So that's just a completely side tip, but get around places that show you the abundant, and that will help break down those limiting beliefs that your rules is set in stone. Also, this looks like the gateway to hell kind of thing. Oh,
It's for you. Happy anniversary.
oh, thank you.
This reminds me of Gladiator.
Oh yeah, right?
It's like James. Like, give you peace of mind, bring you peace.
Yeah, I think so.
In our future home, I want you to take a picture of like the view from like over there. But I want a pool that like is like this. Definitely one that you can swim in, because I don't think this one you can swim in.
No, I don't think so.
I want a garden like this. It's peaceful. And the water, it's just perfect. This is what I mean when I say I want to like get away from the city, like as far away from the city as I possibly can, and just live somewhere like this, where we have a lot of land, a lot of nature, and just a view like this from like our backyard.
Guys, my phone died. I wasn't so prepared for this. So my fancy schmancy phone died, and so I'm gonna finish this up on Angie's phone for now.
I'm like in between whether I want like a staircase like this one. You see, it's like
So this has turned into an Angie house shopping video.
ideas.
During this entire video, I've been doing one of the tips that I said to you guys to do with your significant other. I've been doing it through this entire video. If you can pick up on which tip it was, put it in the comments below. I want to see how much you guys are paying attention. I love coming here to Cheekwood and reading about Joel Cheek, who was the owner of this mansion, because it's such an interesting story. He was one of those guys who he went to college, and he's actually was a teacher for 2 years before he opened up a coffee business in Nashville with a couple partners of his. And it wasn't until he opened up that coffee business that he eventually sold for $42 million in, 1928. So he sold his coffee business to the Maxwell family for $42 million in 1928. So my phone's dead, otherwise I'd ask ChatGPT how much that is in today's dollars. But the key takeaway there is it wasn't the college education that made him the $42 million, and it definitely wasn't being a school teacher. It wasn't until he actually became an entrepreneur and started his own business where they reached $20 million in sales as a coffee house with only $1.1 million dedicated towards marketing and advertising. So, you know, let's say there was another $1 million worth of overhead in there, $18 million profit business. I guarantee you that that didn't come from his college degree or his college education. That came from the business that he started, owned, and operated until he eventually sold it for $42 million in 1928, which is when he built this mansion. So I just did the math. $45 million in 1928 is $8.5 billion in 2025. So imagine making a coffee company that's worth $8.5 billion. I think like that's gotta be like Dunkin' or Starbucks at the time kind of thing. So this is crazy because the money's out there. And I guarantee you that Joel Cheek, while he was building his business, he had a wife at the time, I guarantee you he had to do the exact same things that I'm talking about in this video. Set clear boundaries, be honest with the individual, make sure he picks the right person, because again, he's not someone who started with the money either. He had to build it, and that takes substantial time, money, and energy. So I guarantee you he was doing the exact same things that I was talking about in this video as well.
Period poo.
Period boo. Look at all these pumpkins. After an hour and a half, we're finally to the pumpkins. So I just got back to the house and I'm knocking out a little bit of work before we go to dinner tonight, which I'm super freaking excited for. And I wanted to share this last tip for you to have a successful marriage or a successful relationship as an entrepreneur. Just like in business, there's always going to be another opportunity that may look better, that may seem like it has better promises. That's what we call like the shiny object syndrome. And that's going to happen in your relationship. Just like J. Cole said in that song, Love Yours, right? There's always going to be, you know, someone who looks better. There's always going to be someone who maybe is funnier, who maybe you feel like you get along with in the moment. But that's why so many of the other things I said are so important, because these are all little check marks that you can check off your box as far as do they do this or do they not do this. So what happens is you end up falling in love with someone on a much deeper level than just something like physical or just something like they make me laugh or just something like we have hobbies that are in common. At the end of the day, it's about a commitment. And this is a commitment that you can take and directly put that into your business and see the same level of success. One reason why I think I've been so successful in my marriage, I've never had any issues as far as arguments or being unloyal or being unfaithful. You just have to make a commitment to that person. And it's a choice at the end of the day. You wake up and you choose that person every single day. And it's just like how you need to wake up and choose to go down the path of your business every single day. Because I've said this before, this is a very recurring topic, but how you do one thing is how you literally do everything. Subconsciously, there is no differentiator in our brain when we're working on business versus when we're working on something like in our personal life, right? So if in your personal life you're unfaithful, you are half in, half out with spouses, then what do you think is going to happen in your business? Right? When another opportunity comes up that's flashing, that looks good, or when another partner comes up that seems like that they're going to make sense, or when an investment opportunity takes you away from your main focus, you're always going to be pulled one direction. So just like in your business, you just have to make a commitment to this, and you have to stick with it through the good, through the bad, through the ugly, understanding that there may be people who look like they're having more success somewhere else. There may be couples who look like they're having more success because they're doing something else. But this is probably the biggest tip that I can tell you. It's just a non-negotiable to just be committed. And of course, I'm not saying you need to take this level of commitment on with someone you just met and you're going on a first date with. But what I'm saying is if you bring this energy into that first date, or like I'm looking for someone who I can commit to for the rest of my life, it will become much, much easier to weed out the good from the bad so you can actually build with a partner. Because just like a business, if you are building, and you do business with the wrong person, or you get in a relationship with the wrong person, that can take you all the way back down to zero. And I am extremely protective of my relationship and my space because of it. So those are a few different tips that I think were super helpful in me generating and creating and attracting the kind of individual who I can build a long-term relationship with, and who I have been building a long-term relationship with. So happy anniversary to Angie, my wife. It's been an amazing year with her. I'm super excited to continue on this journey with her. She has been nothing but the best spouse. Guys, if you're out there and you're an entrepreneur and you're watching this, you know the guilt that comes with being an entrepreneur when you have to say no to people you care about and you have to focus most of your attention on building the business. And Angie's been nothing but great during this time and continues to be, because like I said, it's not over. It's not like I made it. You're continually making it or you're not making it. Right, so it's not like the grind's over or the reached the level where I can spend all my time and days with her. I set out today specifically because it was our anniversary to focus on her a lot and to not focus on the business as much. And she's been great on those long nights, on those hard days, on the days where I'm super stressed. It's important to find someone like that, and you won't know until you have spent a little time with that person. But I will tell you, because I married Angie when I only knew her for less than a year and a half, is that the more serious you get on the front end and the more you check this person on the front end, the less time you end up wasting. Because I was deathly afraid to waste time and have to restart with someone else. So I checked her really hard in the beginning, multiple times, and pushed our relationship almost to the edge several times because I really wanted to make sure this is someone who I could actually build with. And it's scary and uncomfortable in the moment, but now I have an extremely sturdy relationship that has an amazing foundation that cannot be shaken or cannot be pulled apart by anything because of how hard it was in the beginning and how much work it took in the beginning, just like building a business. So we're going to go ahead and jump over to dinner. I'm super excited. I think you're going to think this place is pretty sick. We are on the way to dinner now, all freshened up. I hope you guys have been enjoying this video so far and enjoying spending a little bit of time with Angie and I on our anniversary. It's definitely special to us, and it's special to have you guys along for the ride as well. I want to hopefully provide a little bit of value to you guys today. Let me know if you thought this was good or not. Remember, let me know which tip and trick you think I was doing throughout the entire video. And make sure you guys stay tuned for a lot more stuff. This is the beginning of our journey together on YouTube and on this platform as we start to grow and explore and learn more about each other. So make sure you, again, share a little bit about yourself in the comments. As always, feel free to follow me on Instagram if you want to get a more in-depth look at my life as well. And we're going to go enjoy some dinner. Chat, look at how beautiful she is. That's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. Yo, this food is freaking fantastic. And they got us a happy anniversary card. Shout out 888 Nashville. Fire food so far. I cannot wait for my sushi. I just had to show you guys this. What's that? Moon, you want to help us unbox it? What's that? Let's go. Luna.
Gonna fuck some cake.
1 year
Of being married. I love it.
I love it too. Guys, I hope you enjoyed spending the anniversary with us today, and I hope you learned a couple things or two. Again, these are just kind of my tips and some things that I think have worked for us in our marriage. I'm not going to say for sure it worked for you or not, but I definitely think give it a try. I think we've had a pretty successful marriage, and so I think it'd help you out as well if you're an entrepreneur and someone who's trying to build and build with someone as well. This obviously was a big day to us. It was a special day. It's a year married. And so I just wanted to thank you for making it this far and spending the day with us. It obviously is a hassle to bring the phone out and start recording, especially since we're in the beginning of this journey. But I think that it's so important that we share these moments with you because I want you to be included, and I want you to be included in all life and what's going on so we can all grow. Thank you again so much for making it this far in the video and spending today with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for spending the day with us. It means the world.
Yeah.
See you on the next one.
We'll see you guys in the next one. If you want, take a look at my Instagram down below. Feel free to give me a follow if you want to be more tapped in with us, and we'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.